All right, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody here. Mic check. You guys hear me? Camera check. Screen check. Coffee check. Good morning, everybody. I'm assuming you can hear me. All right. So the overnight gold call was rather nice. It was good to see. Hope you guys took advantage of that. And now today we will try to bring back some Tradeify accounts from the dead. Trading the Nasdaq. We got Sierra here. So I'm looking, you can see this is, we're in a pretty tight range. We sweep these lows, now we're pushing higher. So really anywhere from 18,920 at the true average to 19,000 basically. That's kind of the zone where I think, if this is correct, we should start rolling over. That's where I'll look for shorts. If we start to push really powerfully up and through that, then the opposite is happening. And if that happens, we'll go with that either way. We'll be taking some trades today. So that's pretty much where it's at. You can see the market's going to open here in about 4 minutes, and you know, we're not at a bad spot here. This is the 50,000 volume. It's going to close in about 10,000 more contracts. And what you can see is that we do have a nice extension, congestion. You've got the cores here. I mean, there's definitely some resistance here. I don't want to take it right here just yet because of where we are in the daily zone. And then also, if you look at this flash that we're coming out of on that congestion entrance up bar, I mean, these can lead to powerful moves the other direction. Usually it happens right after that bar, right there, right? Jose, you can hear me, yeah? Adam? You guys hear? Okay, good. And you see the screen? Everything else is good? Thanks, guys. Okay, so usually right after that bar is when you will kind of see that big push. We haven't really seen that yet. So I don't know. I could entertain a short here potentially. I mean, we could go back down here like this. It's definitely possible. I'll just have to see how it feels in the moment. Right now, I kind of would want to be higher up on the daily if you're, you know, looking at this zone. Like, yeah, we could roll over from here, definitely. But the odds are we want to test up into here first. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. 9:27, so we've got about 2 minutes, well, 9:28 now, 2 minutes to open. I mean, the lower time period here will confirm whether or not this is a good level or deny. And right now it's trending up, so it's denying. It's not telling us to short here right now, right? That can change quickly. So how you guys doing? Everybody good? I can't get into my new Top Step dashboard. I don't know why. I use the link. I try to use my password. Doesn't work. I try to reset the password. Like I say, hey, send me an email link, and then nothing shows up to my email. And I think I saw in the Discord other people were having similar issues, so I got to get that worked out with Top Step, trying to figure out how to get into that new dashboard. Morning, Ralph. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, man. So you can rewind and watch forward on 2x speed, and you get the analysis I just went over there. And guys, I know I sound like a broken record right now, but these markets, like, they're really, really challenging. So, you know, you just got to keep that in perspective. Like right now, if you're not killing it, don't worry about it. Like the year is long, it's 12 months, and the market goes in cycles. And these last few weeks have been a very difficult market cycle. You know, that's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. And when you've been around it as long as I have, you learn to not get anxiety during these periods of time. You just kind of learn to take it easy. And you know, if you get out relatively unscathed or you even make money through it, but you don't make as much, it's okay. The good times shall return. All right, there's the open. So we'll see what this does. I mean, this could be a decent spot to short. I'm not saying no. It would really depend on what I see here. I'm holding off for now. And for the record, trade at your own risk today. Well, every day, but especially today. I'm going to be very aggressive with these tradeifys. The chance of blowing them out is probably much higher than not. So just keep that in mind, okay? So right now we're just watching the 50,000. It's a pretty biased pocket, right? It's meaning it's very far above all this, which is quite bullish. We're coming out of that flash. That's bullish. So, you know, we're not really up into the proper zone yet of right up in here. Now we're at the true average, which is where we could roll over just from the true average at, you know, 18,920-ish. But we also may want to punch up to 18,990 to that extension DML above us that's resistant. So that's kind of the zone. Anything from 20 to 90. 18,920, 18,990. But we also may not get up there, so we have to be aware of that. But I'm definitely in favor of the short side. And like I said, if we blow through all that, then the opposite is happening, then, you know, we'll go into trend run mode. So that could be a short right there, but I'm going to wait just because we're not quite up in that zone yet and we broke all this. But still, that's a nice little flash right there. So that could cause the reaction. I'll let you guys know when I do something. So if we start to roll over here, especially powerfully, that could be the start of the move back down to the daily value area low, our envelope bottom. But the 10,000 volume chart here would have to enter congestion down, right? Because that's the next anticipated type of trading. If it doesn't do that, then I'm not interested. Now, if we get sort of a flash on the 10,000 up into that higher daily resistance zone, that's where I'd be willing to bet a little bit more on a reversal. But in this case, I'd be waiting for congestion entrance down on the 10,000 to confirm, just because it's a little uncertain where we are on the daily and these levels here being just broken on close. Not that I wouldn't short this if we rolled over. I might, but that's just what that's how my thought process is working here. I gotta turn my AC temp up. It's a little cold in here. So now we just kind of wait. Like, okay, well, would I go long here? No. Would I go short? Not right here, but like I said, if we get a congestion entrance down on the 10,000, then yeah. And guys, if you're here and you can't comment for some reason, just, you can tag me in the Discord or DM me. I'll relay your message to the group. You can see the time scale down here, Ralph. Is that what you mean? So 925 there, 847 there. That's pre-market though. So that's about 28 minutes between those two. But now this one, 925 to here, 932, that'll be like 10 minutes. But typically they're somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. Sure. They're pretty responsive, which is why I like them. See what gold is doing. See if gold is kind of good call in the overnight, just opening and ripping. I said at least straight up here to the middle of the envelope. So that was sweet. Love when that happens. But if gold is going to be selling off back down here, then that's also, Nasdaq will probably want to push higher. These two are moving pretty nicely inversely correlated at the moment. Bonds are bid. The euro's bid. That should weigh on the Nasdaq the way the correlations are working right now. Yeah, you want to find that balance, Ralph, between speed and noise. So, speed will give you the better read, but if you can get the speed without the noise, that's the key. And that's what I believe the volume charts do. They give you the speed without the noise. Whereas like if you go into a 1 minute or a 5 minute chart, you'll get some speed there, but it'll be filled with a lot more noise. Yeah, no problem. I'm just waiting. So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to be focused much more on trader mode, like I said. So I am in that zone, but right now I don't see anything I want to take. So if you have any questions, throw them in there. And if you have any questions at any time at all, just throw them in. If I don't, I'll just get to it when I get to it. Put in the public Discord too. So let's see, maybe we just poke through these highs and see if we start to roll over. But we would need at least, congestion entrance down here. What's up, Christian? How you doing, man? Good to see you. So Labanov said he's not seeing anything. Is the stream on? Um, he must not be the only one because we only have 8 viewers. So somehow people are not seeing the link. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, so why, if we are live, oh, it says 6 waiting, 8 watching. Okay. So there seems to be, well, these are technical difficulties, I guess. Oh, YouTube had a glitch. I know what YouTube did. Let me go here. Go live. I've got to end. So this one here, I have to delete that. YouTube is glitchy today, guys. So. Hopefully everybody's filing in. YouTube is glitchy. Sorry. Here. All right. Okay, hopefully people figure that out. Let's see. All right, so we're testing up into this zone that I'm kind of interested in for shorting. Let me just see if YouTube got its act together. Well, I guess people will figure it out. So over here, if I go to my home page, yeah, it's right there on the home page. Okay. Like you guys said. Technical difficulties do happen from time to time. So what YouTube did is when I was originally scheduling the stream, YouTube said, "Oh, there's an error. Volume low." Andreas, you got your volume turned up, I assume? It's kind of the same as it's always been, but I don't know. You guys let me know. Is Andreas the only one experiencing volume issues? Volume is good. Okay. Anyways, we'll work it out. So basically, guys, when I was setting up the live stream, okay, it's good for David. That's good. Okay, so Andreas, it seems to be a local issue, probably. Sorry about that, man. When I set up the live stream, YouTube said, "Oh, there's an error setting up this live stream," and it just froze the screen. So then I had to go in and schedule a new live stream. So what YouTube did is they still scheduled the first live stream where they said there was an error. So you guys were in the waiting room for the first live stream that I didn't know existed because YouTube told me there's an error. So anyways, I guess it happens from time to time. It's fine. We haven't done anything. So you guys can go back. Okay, good, Johan. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Johan from Denmark. So you guys haven't missed anything if you were in the other live trading room. I like shorting up here, but I need to wait for some confirmation. Now, if we blow straight through this, see, we're in the area now. So if we blow straight through this area here, you've got extension, true average. This is my zone where I'd be willing to try to take a short if the intraday confirms. But if we blow straight through this, then the opposite is happening. And then we need to be aware of that. So gold is kind of tipping us off. We had a good call on gold overnight, riding the true average up to the middle of the envelope. When TradingView decides to load, there we go. So yeah, when gold opened, that was a nice call right there on the end of day analysis from the true average. Guys, these are some of the easiest trades for you guys to take. You know, day trading is difficult when you're sitting here and you're trying to figure stuff out. It can be very rewarding, but you know, last night I said, guys, gold. I went like this. I really like gold, guys. So, you know, short of trading your accounts for you guys, those end of day analysis are really, really powerful, especially when I really like something. And that was a good move from here right up to the middle of the envelope. So these are, I mean, that's a nice move on gold right there, guys. So let's go back to Nasdaq. So anyways, if gold continues to fall right now, which it's not really falling through its true average yet. So if gold can hold on here and the Nasdaq is pushing higher, I think the Nasdaq pushing higher is you know, not correct. But let's wait and see. Maybe the Nasdaq's leading gold, and if the Nasdaq can burst through here, gold will fall. You know, we're gonna have to wait and see. So, but we'll get the confirmation here on our intraday charts. You know, the 50,000 here is going to tell us a lot. Nice, JP. Yeah, JP loves taking advantage of the gold calls. Makes me happy, man. Yeah, I think I did say that, Ralph, in the video. I said, guys, I think I would enter here. It's a gift. It was a gift. So those are some of the easiest trades. Like you make your money, you just put the trade on, set your stop, set your target, you know, go to bed, do what you got to do. And, you know, in terms of energy expenditure, it's a good risk to reward on mental capital and everything else, right? So you guys can definitely just swing trade these calls. And when I say swing trade, it doesn't even need to be like a multi-day trade. It can just be like a, you know, when Asia opens, put it on, set your target, and then during the day sometime you're either going to lose or you're going to win. But that's kind of how day trading is anyways, right? And imagine with day trading, there's just a lot more opportunities to, you know, step in dog doo-doo. So human error and psychology and emotion is the #1 reason people fail. So you got to keep that in mind, that if you're struggling, you know, you've got the tools now. You can use VolPro Edge in any way you want. And now we need to also work on, while you're learning VolPro Edge, we got to work on, eliminating those human errors, those psychological, emotional errors, because those are the ones that are going to, keep plaguing most people. Oh yeah, that thing didn't look back, JP. I mean, it just went straight up. And it also depends on, what your target area is. And on the gold call, the target area for me, first target was right up at the middle of the envelope because we have a crossover there. I thought there could be some resistance there. I don't want to bet on it going back up here right away. But even then, from the true average here at 33.11 to 33.70, guys, that's a nice move. Gold's got a big range right now. All right, so let's see. I mean, Nasdaq obviously looking very strong, but we've got a lot of resistance here that I want to see how this market reacts. You can see the 50,000 here. We're trying to get into a trend reversal up. See where this closes. If we close below this core DML and the 10,000 enters congestion down, then that could be a good short here. I'm going to keep an eye on that. You guys let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to refill my coffee 1 minute. All right, guys. So yeah, we're ripping up right now and be like, oh, why am I not long? Well, I'm not long because I went into the day with a bias and I need to see how that unfolds, before I take a trade. So, and I told everybody else while you guys were in the waiting room of the other room that, I will be aggressive today. So, always trade at your own risk, but, just know that I'm going to be aggressive. So we might win, we might lose. I don't have that answer. All I know is I'll pick off good trades and give them a shot. Let's check over here. So you see gold still holding up pretty nicely here. I mean, the Nasdaq's up 1% while the Dow is unchanged. So is the Nasdaq leading the Dow or is the Dow leading the Nasdaq? Well, I would say right now maybe the Dow is leading the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq's kind of overdoing it to the upside, but we won't know. We're right at that resistance level there, right there, guys. I like that. If we roll over here, I like it. Because yeah, we could lose, but we could also go all the way back down here. You can see a little flash forming here. Flash for reversal. We don't have anything to lean against right here on the higher time period. But we've got that daily level to lean against. So that would be like a very, let's say we flashed up in here. I might take a very on edge short. And if it starts to go against me, immediately cut it. Because it would be one of those where if it flashed, you take it, it's got to go your way immediately or you cut it. I'll let you know, guys. The 50,000 is still, it's like, it's not really confirming yet. So that's why if we were into a good 50,000 level and that daily level, and I got this flash right here, then I would consider much more heavily taking it even before this closes. It's a pretty good little flash right there. You can see it, section 1, section 2, section 3. So see what happens. I'm gonna wait because the 50,000 is not confirming it yet. But let's just see if the flash has any effect on price, just because of right where we are right here. And the Dow is not buying what the Nasdaq is selling at this exact moment. Gold is not quite buying what the Nasdaq is selling. So I think you could see some resistance here. Still a little early, but we're in the zone here of where it could possibly start to roll over. But you wait. This is how you use the multiple time period analysis, guys, right? So the 10,000, you had a flash, but you're not into anything on the 50,000 yet that's confirming it. So when you're not, when, you know, you can take these, I call them on edge, like this would be an on edge short, you know, like if you were into a key 50,000 contract level and you got that flash, yeah, you can take that on edge short, meaning, you know, that trend is firing straight up, but you get that flash and you want to pick that off. You can do that, and I do it sometimes. You got to be careful. You know, that's why I call it an on edge situation. But you got to have something to lean against on the 50. And we didn't have that, which is why I didn't take it. Nice, Yuan. Good job. I didn't know you could pass FTMO in one trade. I don't think Americans can trade FTMO. So I'm locked out. Otherwise, I would. I like their rules. Okay, yeah, JP. I'll probably do that after I appreciate the reminder. I'll probably do that after I stream, just so I don't get stuck in education mode like I always do. But yeah, I know I said remind me, so I appreciate that. I mean, I'll go over it quickly when I have just a moment. I mean, this looks kind of like exhaust city here, but we are breaking now. We're still not. I mean, we haven't gotten through. Look, the VolPro reaction resistance is still part of this zone, so you know that's still really valid right there. If we get through that, then the opposite could be on its way to happening. But that's it, you know, 19,110-ish. So this we'll see. Yeah, I think for you Europeans, for the Europeans, I think FTMO looks fantastic. If I were you guys, I would do that for sure. I mean, I have a Swedish passport, but they really say if you're an American citizen, they don't want you trading. So I just kind of honor that and don't trade with them. Although I would like to. So you're flashing here on the 10. You've got the exhaust here. I mean, either this thing's going to the moon today or we're going to see some resistance up here. We'll just have to see. Right now, I'm not in the mood, obviously, to short against this. Yeah, no US citizens. Man, poor us. We need Trump to call FTMO. FTMO, this is bullshit. Why can't my people trade with you? Oh man, guys, I don't get into the politics. I think the whole thing is like high scale comedy. I think politics is like Saturday Night Live. All right, so the 10K here, just see this is like an extended flash because there was our first flash and now we're extending that flash. That's a pretty good little exhaust right there. But the market's too strong for me to want to short. This would be like an on edge. We'll see if they try and push it through the highs and then if it starts to roll over. Yeah, exactly. Mine is USA, so you can see some selling coming in here on the footprint. Will they be right or will they get squeezed? Some selling. You can see, even though we got the selling on the footprint, we had a high watermark of 627 on the delta, and so far the buyers are absorbing that. That's why I'm waiting. And on the 50,000, I mean, it looks like a potential exhaust reversal bar, but we don't really have anything to lean against here. I mean, the extension's not until up here. The core is underneath us. So I think we're just squeezing the shorts right now. What's up, Jacob? Good to see you here, man. Yeah, you can just watch the stream on two times speed back. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the opposite might be happening here now. So we'll just have to see if we jump on board. I mean, that's tricky right there. Gap there, up, sold into. So yeah, now it looks like the opposite is probably happening. Especially, guys, look at that. This is a key giveaway on the footprint. You see we had a negative 627 delta. That means the sellers were freaking aggressive here, right? They thought that this would be a pretty good resistance level, and it closed green on the delta. So that's kind of a tell that the shorts are getting squeezed. So at this point, if we pull back on the 10,000 into a pocket or something, I'll probably take a stab at a long, because I do think the opposite is happening now. So I'm not, you see how I come into the day with my bias, but I let the market tell me what's going on. I don't like, if I see that it's going up, I'm not like, I'm not like Rain Man, like, I got a short today. It's like, no, I'll do what the market tells me. The market says, buyers like the Nasdaq right now. So I hope that makes sense. So now I'm just waiting for a pullback pattern, because in my view here, I mean, it looks like we want to head back up, back up in here to that DML 19.4. The Dow is kind of not buying it, but it looks like the Nasdaq right now will lead. Gold's probably coming off. Yeah, I mean, it's hanging in there, but you got to respect this strength right here on the Nasdaq. It looks like the Nasdaq's kind of leading the pack, and especially that that clue right there on the footprint. So this is how, when you use the footprint, you got to know how to use it, but it can give you little signs. But I mean, this this 5-minute chart that I'm looking at on my other screen, I mean, it's just straight up. So some people will just go in and it's going up, and then, that's great. But I like to try to quantify my risk. So at any point when that's going up, it could stop. Anyways, I'll wait for a pullback. Especially down here now on the 50,000, you got the core DML support right here. You got the value area high of the day that we blew through. That'll probably shift as we push higher, but still, you got the true average there. So, down into that low 19,000s or something. May not get there, but that's where I would see like a decent risk to reward on the trade the way I like it. Yeah, that'll be the first stop right there. That's probably where we're going right now. But I'd like to get a little pullback to try to get in and ride it up to that high. Usually the 10,000 will give you one opportunity to get in, even on a day like this. So you can see the sellers are giving it another chance here. But hopefully we just get our pullback. So I'd be looking for a pullback down into a pocket or something, you know, down in here, because that's lining up close to that area there. This is still a strong trend here. Yeah, could it be a surprise, like bang to the downside? Of course, that can always happen, but that wouldn't be my bet right now. So I'll look for a long. And it depends, you know, we want to see what this bar does, where it closes. Nobody else is having problem on volume. Andreas, did you fix your volume? Yeah, did you fix your volume, Andreas? Oh, okay, good. Glad to hear it. It's good for you, JP. Okay, that's good. Because I mean, I still got to work out all the audio issues, but you know, Andreas, you gave me those tips. I still got to implement those tips. Just got like a million things to do. So as long as the audio is good enough, at some point we'll try to make it, you know, really good. We didn't get through the near high yet. So, or the reaction high here, we didn't get through that yet. It's a tricky day so far. There's probably some geniuses that kill it every day, but I'm not one of those geniuses, unfortunately. There are some days where you're kind of in the flow and you really have a good sense of what's happening, and then there are some days, you know, most days you get in the flow at some point when you keep watching. Like right now, I do think we're going to push higher, but I would want to push down here. I'd want to be near some support, you know, a little bit of support. A little flash here, kind of moving inside the envelope, but still not something I would short against this trend. Still looking like right now, my view on this is that I'm interested more in the long side, but I know when I'm toggling back and forth like this, that means I don't have a good read right now on what I think the market is going to do. And I've learned that when I feel that, I'm like, wait, should I go short? No, should I go long? Then I know, like, oh, don't do anything. Like the ones that are clear, there's no doubt. So I just, right now, I'm in this mode of I need to let this market develop to give me some clarity to take action. Because I don't have a sense, like there are certain days where you get a sense like, okay, this thing's going to squeeze the rest of the day. Right now, yeah, we could be at the start of the opposite happening, but I'm still not, entirely convinced. I hope that makes sense. These are the nuances of trading. So I just have to watch it and just, see what happens. See what we get. Take a look at the scoreboard. Because we're still, the VolPro reaction resistance level right there. That is the last line of defense. Yeah, we broke through that. So I would expect the reaction high to break and try to at least attack those highs. Dow's kind of catching up a little bit. Gold's still not fully buying it. So my feeling now is that we probably will head higher, but I need to get a pullback and then see if I like that pullback in that moment. What about you guys? Anybody else killing it? Flat, nice. Flat is good. Flat is not down. And being down's okay too. It's trading. Killing my coffee. Yeah, me too, man. I'm just sucking this down. JP, it's easier to be patient during the day when you make that money on gold at night, right? I find it easier to be patient after making money, but I know that some people find it harder because, they make money and then they want more money. That's never been, my issue. My issue has always been like, oh, I made my money. Like I'm happy. So we'll see when this is going for congestion entrance down. You've got these extensions down here. There could definitely be some support down here. So we'll see if when this closes, we'll see what we like. Nice to see you, Rafa. Scalper doing his thing. So what I like to do too during the day is like self scan. So when I look back and I say, okay, like Andy, is there anything in here that like you really wanted to take and you should have, but you didn't, or how are you feeling about everything? And some days it'll be like, oh yeah, I kind of really want to take that one, and I did or I didn't or whatever. So on a day like today, I just look back from the open here and like, okay, did I miss anything? Like for me, I'm not saying there's probably people who came into the day bullish and did very well. That wasn't my prognosis coming into the day. So based on me looking for resistance up here somewhere, I'm happy that I used the signs to not get trapped short. Like, okay, I didn't get long, but I didn't get run over. And now my bias has flipped to long, but I'm looking for, you know, a spot that makes sense to get in. And that's why I think it's really important not to compare yourself to other traders, because trading is, yeah, you can share a system that you both use, like VolPro Edge or whatever, but when it comes down to executing that system, I mean, there are just unlimited numbers of ways to do things. And one day one guy will do well, and the other day another guy will do well. The key is who can maintain consistency over the long run. That's, you know, that's the hard part. Are you guys feeling FOMO? It's pushing up. You're not in. Like, I feel zero FOMO. It's going up. Great. Like, if I can get in at some point, I will. If I can't, I can't. Good, JP. Well, Jose, because we got JP and Jose. Trying to move inside the envelope here with some negative delta. See if that is able to knock us back down. I certainly wouldn't sell here, but see if it can give us a knockdown opportunity. Yeah, that's how I feel, Adam. There's just, I find these markets, you know, the last few weeks since we started, you know, very, very erratic. The natural flow. There have been some good opportunities, don't get me wrong, like in gold and some other things, but the indices for now, to me, like this weekly mess here, I mean, this is a mess. There's no, like, this is natural flow. This is natural. Not like, it's just, and then just the size of the range. Yeah, exactly, Johan. It's such a underrated, valuable asset to be able to sit on hands, you know, especially for an extended period of time. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Adam. That's I mean, everyone's different. For me, you know, usually when a market, like, especially during the New York session, if a market is just going straight up, I I have a, like, that's not my forte. If a market is going straight down, like, I prefer markets, you know, with a little bit of undulation. And I would say that is the norm. The norm is not straight up or straight down. That's why it's good to take advantage of these other opportunities, you know, when I post the end of day analysis, because, you know, that might be your bite at the apple for the day. It's good to have variation. So if something doesn't set up in New York, you know, at least you gave yourself a chance to make some money somewhere else overnight or, you know, whatever. Yeah, are you talking about on Nasdaq? Yeah. Yeah, you never know. And I also mean just different markets, you know, like last night gold was a pretty straightforward long off the true average up to the middle of the envelope. And there's, you know, sometimes those are some pretty clear plays, set and forget plays at Asia. Yeah. Nice, Johan. Thanks for joining us, man. Glad you had a good day, made some money. It's a smart man walking away when he's up. Yeah, Adam, that's your neighbor over there in Denmark. Oh, yeah, I mean, Iceland and Denmark aren't that far away. Well, technically, Iceland and Denmark are neighbors, right? Because doesn't Denmark kind of hold claim to Greenland, which is pretty close to Iceland? I know it can feel boring sometimes, guys, when you're just like waiting for something to kind of be clear and get in. But I mean, if boredom bothers you, it's something you got to work on because being able to be bored is a good skill in trading because then you won't get the FOMO and all the other stuff. Oh, wow. Okay, so Iceland was also part of Denmark. Interesting. And right after World War II, that's interesting. That's when the independence came, or at the end of World War II. Just watching, yeah. That's good, Johan. Just watch. I'll drink some water. Ah, 4 hour flight, yeah. Not that close. You live there, wow, Johan. Not many people can say that they've lived in Greenland. Yeah, Faroe Islands. I mean, the Faroe Islands are also part of Denmark, right? The Dow's catching up. Gold is also hanging on, but maybe we had some news come out. It was existing home sales were like the worst in a long time, so maybe that the squeeze is being caught, caused by the Fed has to come out and cut here pretty soon. That's all I can put together. So I think we're kind of squeezing now. We're through the reaction high on the daily, and now just wait for a pullback. I mean, that's my game plan. So right now, my game plan is to wait. I want to try and play the trend playbook here, and I've got different choices. I can try and get in around the middle of the envelope, like right here. You can see the congestion DML switches to the trend DML, and you've got the extension there, true. So you got a lot of support in here. I think at this point, with how strong this trend is, if we pulled back down in here, I might try and pull a trigger on a long. Yeah, it looks like we're in squeeze city again. It's like probably yeah, just a little bit of, I mean, probably headed toward the weekly reaction resistance right up in here, at least 19,322. So that's still a ways to go. That's way up here. We could squeeze up there today. So I just trying to get in like at the middle of the envelope somewhere or get a proper pullback. But right now it's not looking like that proper pullback's going to happen. Right now I'd be looking right in here. You got a lot stacked. Somebody in the general Discord said something is wrong with the YouTube chat. Um, Maybe they also can't comment for whatever reason. I have no idea. If you're here, aha, okay, username in Discord. If you're not able to comment on the YouTube chat, it has nothing to do with me. Some people just can't comment. I set the settings to let anybody comment. You don't have to be a subscriber to the channel, nothing. And for whatever reason, YouTube just blocks certain people from commenting. I have no idea why. So if you want to comment, you can comment in the general trading chat. I see that there. But we have some other people that have the same issue. YouTube has a grand conspiracy against certain people and won't let them comment for some reason. I don't know. So I'm just going to be looking to get in. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So get the chat field when I turn the tablet in landscape mode. Yeah. I don't know. So I'm looking now, guys, to just try to join the trend. Oh, is that you, Johan? Okay. At least you can comment. Some people can't even comment. Yeah, I got that. I read it, Johan. The landscape mode, right? I'm just trying to wait to jump on board somewhere. And the playbook says, you know, if you can't get a pocket pullback, then just look for the middle of the envelope, you know, where you got the trend DML and the extension. And oftentimes you will come back to those levels, but you got to be patient. Or you can chase if that's your thing. It's just not my thing. Okay, sounds good, Johan. Hey, what's up, Verve? It's good, man. We're just waiting to try and maybe join the trend here. It's been just open and straight up. I mean, look at the 5 minute. It's just, in hindsight, it looks easy, but yeah, that's good to know, Johan. Landscape works on the tablet. So now I'll be looking down here somewhere. If we get down here, I'd probably just take a stab. I'll see if this can just close down here in a pocket. I'll let you know if I just go in at market intrabar. You got a lot of support right here. You can see extension. middle, trend, reaction support. Yeah, that's the value area high of the day. That's the value area low of the day. And then these ones over here are the value area high and low just of each bar as we're moving forward. They're kind of just there for me to, you know, see where we're at. I don't really use them that much. Even the footprint can be very, very subjective. You know, I have it there because it does help sometimes, but yeah, sure, no problem. So let's see if we can get a pullback down here into a pocket. We've got about 2,300 contracts left until this 10,000 closes. 1,000 contracts. Wow, look at that. I, I was just about, I was watching this going, I'm waiting, and then this volatility coming in like that, I'm like, I'm gonna wait because that's like, I don't know when that type of move comes in right there. I like the support right there, but you know, Trump just did a tweet or something, so I'll wait. Oh, that's funny. So I'm not, I'm waiting, I'm stalking. Let's see what this does. Oh man, this market is fucking hilarious. So somebody tweeted something. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's sometimes funny when he tweets, but like imagine the amount of market manipulation these guys could do. I mean, I don't think if you're in a position of power, you should not be allowed to tweet. Like with the influence that you wield over people in the markets, I mean, it's nuts. So right now I just want to wait and see what this is. So we got the 10,000 chart trying to go for congestion entrance down. There you go. Christian posted in the chat. He's our news guy, Miyagi. Trump. Boeing should default on China for not taking the planes. It's like, I mean, this is the kind of shit we're dealing with right now, guys. That's why you got to take advantage of these overnight calls in addition to what's happening in the Nasdaq during the day. Thanks for sharing that, Miyagi. that's a that's a good idea, Adam. He's gonna only, you're in the right time zone, right? He's in Europe. Yeah, definitely, Sean. He really is. Yeah, that's why lately I've been paying more attention to my overnight trades because I just find them easier at this exact moment. But then the Nasdaq will settle down. I mean, it's not going to be. It's not like, oh, it's going to be like this forever. The natural forces will return. I'd love to sit here and take some trades with you guys, but I can't just trade for the sake of trading. Like I've got to see something I like. And, many days I see a lot that I like, especially on the volume charts that we're just starting with now. No, it won't be like this forever, Jose. Definitely not. Yeah, no way. So now, like, would I buy that? No, because, with this tweet going on right now, that does matter. Like this big congestion move down, breaking all that. Like now I got to ask myself, like, what the hell is going on? Did we just take out those highs and now we're going to go all the way back down here? I mean, anything's possible, guys. I don't have a read right now on what's going on, but we'll stay tuned because there might be some good setups in this mess. You just got to wait and let the market come to you. I think Trump's buddy sent him a SMS. He's like, yo, dude, I'd really like to get in on a pullback here. Can you just tweet something out to get me like a 100-point reaction? Donald's like, yes, no problem. Let me just get to that right now. And that's okay, guys, when you're watching and you really, there are certain days where you just don't know what's going on. Like right now, I'm looking at this going, I really don't know what's going on here, so I just watch. And it's evolving, right? So in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 50 or whenever, there might be a really clear setup that everything just look okay. That one makes sense to me. Bang, go in. But you don't know till you see them. But I do feel like this is a good day so far. I like doing this with you guys where we're explaining stuff, but I feel much more dialed into my own trading rather than, you know, full on teaching mode. So it's I feel like it's a good balance. Like right now, watching this for myself, I wouldn't have taken a trade today. So sometimes, thanks for the hearts, guys. Sometimes, before when I was like too focused on answering and teaching, there would be a couple where I'm like, oh, I missed a really good one. I wish I would have. And now I'm looking at this. I'm more dialed in to the charts like I should be. So that's that's good. I mean, the top could be in for the day if Trump is recommending that U.S. companies default on China. That seems like escalation, doesn't it? What do you guys think? And now we're back under the reaction high. So, yeah, could be time to look potentially for shorts up here. Yeah, for sure, Ralph. And then the thing that's always happening right now too is like Trump can do that tweet about Boeing. That those are some pretty heavy words. And then like 20 minutes later, he can come out and be like, "Everybody, that was fake news. My assistant did that. She's fired." And then boom, the market goes up 400 points. It's like, it's crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, talks are going well. And then China comes out and goes, "No, that China came out and said, no, that's fake news." So I'll be looking to short now if I get a good short setup because I just think that if we were squeezing, like really squeezing the rest of the day, I don't think we would have got shot down like that there. And then that with that tweet is pretty telling. Oh yeah, be prepared for anything. Like an invasion of Greenland. That's crazy. Oh man, the whole thing is just we're living in wacky times, guys. But I suppose it's always been wacky one way or another. Okay, so we're pulling back into a pocket up here. Oh yeah, total BS. It's incredible what they get away with. Would I short this pocket? No, because I'm still just not really sure. I think we're rolling over, but I'm not like feeling that yet. So I'd rather just wait. So you got about 300 contracts left till this change closes. You know, we could drop out of this pocket, but I wouldn't take it because we broke the extension here. And also, I don't really know what's going on in the higher time period right now on the 50,000 or really on the daily. So those are kind of the trades. Even though this could drop, it's just not. I like when things are lining up. Yeah, that's cold. I think the coldest I've been in is like maybe minus 35 in Sweden, something like that. That was chilly. So what I'm seeing on the 50,000 over here is that if this gives us a little bit of a flash here, then I think we could maybe see, like let's imagine this goes like this and closes, kind of like something like that. And then you would see that reaction level. So you'd have it 1, 2, bang, and you have some nice core DMLs here. If these are in here, that's pretty good. And then you could see, one of these. So I could imagine trying to short up there if that confirms. Yeah, there'll probably be some liquidity coming in here at 11. What years do I like the most? I mean, I don't know. There's like different themes for different years. Um, it just, I mean, COVID was fun. That was easier than this. Yeah, if gold and silver are going up, and then I think that's a telltale that maybe the Nasdaq will drop. What's the Dow doing after that Boeing news? Dow is still hanging on 0.61. It's kind of impressive. Yeah, I don't really have a preference, Jose. I mean, I just kind of do my thing. I'm I'm more of like I just, hit base hits, wait for my spots, hit base hits, wait for my spots. That's kind of what I do. But now prop firms like Top Step, I've been working on, sizing up and getting much more aggressive because that's something I got to work on if I'm going to reach the next stage in my own trading. Um, get through, the barriers of sizing up, and props allow us to do that with a lot less risk, which is awesome. get some volatility coming in here at 11. Yeah, like I'm not a greedy guy. I don't really like, I like to have money to pay bills and, you know, take care of my family and stuff. But other than that, like I literally don't buy anything ever. So therefore, because buying things like doesn't make me happy. In fact, it's the opposite. When like I never buy anything. I'm like, I don't want anything. You know, okay, a surfboard, but you know, I use that for like a sport. But like I never buy anything. So therefore, like I never think about like, oh, I need more money to like go buy something. You know, and that's like a nice place to be mentally when you just don't really want anything. Like, yeah, you like safety and security, and you know, I like when I go to the grocery store, I don't have to care about what stuff costs. But when it comes to like, you know, wanting more money to buy more things, I don't need that. Like the little VolPro Edge mobile, like that's such a fun little golf cart. Like I that gives me more joy than the M5 BMW I used to drive and my M3s and all that. Like that was all fun, but my little golf cart, I have way more fun driving that at this stage in my life. All right, see you, Ralph. Take care, man. So let's see if we can get this 50,000 to try to flash up here. Catch a short maybe. No, Johan, it's more expensive than Scandinavia. And I'm not joking. Everyone thinks Costa Rica's cheap. It is fucking expensive here. Denmark and Sweden are way cheaper. I would say by like 35%. But I thought the same thing. Like before I came to Costa Rica, I'd be like, oh, things there should be cheap. No. It's because all the expats from Canada, all the retired baby boomers with big pensions, you know, come here and the prices get driven up. ATVs, yeah, you can drive ATVs here. A lot of people have ATVs. I got my golf cart thingy with 6 seats just because we got, you know, family, the kid, the baby on the way. Um, I might buy an ATV just sometimes if I want to take it out and get somewhere faster. But I like the golf cart. It's just fun. No, like when I went to the supermarket in Sweden, if I spent, you know, 50, 60 bucks, like I looked at my shopping cart, I'm like, oh, I actually got something for this. Whereas in Costa Rica, I look at my shopping cart, I'm like, I got almost nothing. All right, so we're kind of pushing back up here toward the trend resistance high. Still got 10,000 more here. We'll see if we get some sort of a flash up here, maybe to go short on the 50,000. I'm going to wait for now. I'm definitely more in short mode. That might be wrong, but the way we got shot down there at those highs, but I'm still gonna wait, see. No, no, I'm not kidding. Yawn, I'm not kidding. In Sweden, in Gothenburg, Sweden, which is, a supposedly expensive Scandinavian city because it's the second largest city in Sweden behind Stockholm. Stockholm's the capital, Gothenburg is the second largest city. Like my bills all in per month there were probably for the family, you know, 3,500 bucks a month. Here in Costa Rica, I'm probably at 6,500 bucks a month. So no, it's more expensive here, and you can see it when you go to the grocery stores and like everything. Now compared to Los Angeles, Costa Rica is maybe a little bit cheaper. Like my place that I live right on the beach in Costa Rica, and in LA, anything like this with private beach access, yeah, would be probably 3 times as expensive. So that there's a difference there. Well, that sounds like a death wish. Snowmobile, 200 kilometers an hour. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you, man. Blue and XFA. Oh yeah, that happens. Day 70. Well, sometimes you get those, sometimes you don't, bro. Like, thanks for the transparency. We all blow XFAs. And that's what's nice about the prop firms, right? When you blow an XFA, at least you're not, getting whacked for 20 grand in your own account. You'll bounce back, I'm sure. We all do. I mean, we all get whacked trading sometimes. That's just the way it goes. So, Aaron, what do you make of this tweet? I thought you were going to sleep, by the way. Yeah, Costa Rica's nice, Yon. It's a good spot. Beaches are nice. Yeah, you should be sleeping. What do you make of that tweet from our good buddy Mr. Trump? He said Boeing should default on China for not taking delivery of the planes. That them seems like fighting words. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe this market wants to roll over up here. And I'm looking for a flash here on the 50,000. Yeah, exactly. 6,500 a month ish, which is fine, but I just mean compared to Sweden, like Sweden was way cheaper than here. But Sweden's dark and cold, and I don't want to live in Sweden, so that's fine. I mean, Sweden's got its pluses as well, but I just love the beach and surfing when I can. Ooh, snowmobiles sounds very cold. I had to close my window because there's you get condensation sometimes when the AC is running at night, so you gotta air it out so it doesn't get moldy. Yeah, it's definitely pushing up here. I think it's a tough market to read today. I'm gonna see if we if this is just gonna take out these highs, and let's see if that same selling comes in up here like last time. This could be just to suck in a little more longs. And then Trump's buddy will call him again and be like, all right, dude, I need you to, the next Boeing text is ready to go out. Send it. And Trump will text, seriously, Boeing, you guys should stop working with China. Boom, market goes down. Oh man, let's see what happens here at these highs. We gotta have fun while we're doing this, guys. Yeah, I think lately Asia and London have been better because, as Adam said, Trump is asleep. Sjöström fish. I don't know what that is. Is that the really smelly bad fish? Aaron, sell my good stock. I bought some at 155, 149. What, your goog? Depends how much you made and how much you want to make. See, this could be an exhaust. I'm not going to take it on edge, but I'm very curious now to see, look, when this ramps up like this to that extension here, right into these core DMLs here. It's either going to break out hard or it's going to reverse hard. And right now, I don't know which one it will do. I think they do, right? Aaron will know. It is tech week. Yeah, that'll be interesting. See, we're flashing a little here, but I don't like that flash is, you know, I would like the reaction level more up here because this is nice on the lower time period. You got the core above you. That's exhausting. I mean, there is some resistance here for sure. But I just can't get a read on the like what the daily wants to do right now. I mean, are we now gonna like really push through? Or is it gonna be another, you know, just kidding situation? So there's the close. I mean, anything can happen here. I don't have the answer. It's a decent little flash there, that's for sure. If we saw some big selling coming in, I could be interested. But it'd be a very on edge sell. You can see the footprint, some selling is coming in. But it's still just too early. I mean, Check the scoreboard. Dow's still hanging on even with that Boeing news. Gold's choppy now. Euro's a little stronger against the dollar. What ES is doing. I mean, ES is through a lot of hit stuff. It looks like we're going higher now. So I would be back looking for pullbacks, I guess, here on the 10,000, because it doesn't look like even that Trump tweet didn't slow us down. That was a pretty quick recovery. FOMC, Johan. The Fed, are they having a meeting today? I didn't see anything. I checked it earlier. But I could be wrong. Oh, you got the beige book at 2 p.m. Yeah. I mean, I don't pay much attention to the beige book, but it might do something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Plus Trump. Trump is the wild card for sure. Well, guys, I think I've got everybody's names here. Let me get my scissors. We got to do our drawing for those 3 XFAs. Let me just get my scissors. Yeah, my best bro who's visiting, he's at the beach for high tide now surfing, so you know how much I love you guys. I'm here with you. So I got the scissors here, guys, for the giveaway. 3 50K Top Step XFAs. I already gave away like 8. So with these 3, that'll be like 11. I'm just cutting it. We're going to do a drawing. And we'll just verify that everybody's name that should be in here is in here. One second, we'll get a basket. All right, guys, we're gonna draw out of the Little Mermaid hat from Lily. A little bit of a reaction here off that flash. I still don't feel comfortable enough to sell it. Just not a lot of clarity right now. Let's make sure that we've got the names here correct. So I think we do. Let me see. Yeah, so JJ, I gotta add you. Let me add JJ Firefox. Got that one. For the giveaway, guys. So JJ is in. Just going through the VPE strategy wins channel, guys. And if you posted a review, but I didn't give you one personally already, then I'm gonna draw for the remainder. So the guys that are gonna be in, or guys and gals. So JJ Firefox is in. Aaron Commodity is in. Adam, you're in. AJ Jacobs, you're in. Ralph Mindrive, you're in. JJB, you're in. Rafa Scalper, you're in. Sean Verve, you're in. This will be the drawing. Did the stream freeze? It should be. It's fine over here. Oh, just your internet. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that flash did have a reaction on price for sure there, but I mean, I'm not finding this day to be very easy to read, guys. It'd be more like taking pot shots, and I just am not like a pot shot trader. So let me know, guys. Just a few minutes. If your name should be in the hat and I didn't announce it, speak one, speak all, or forever hold your peace until our next XFA giveaway. I'll give you guys just a few minutes. So yeah, that's a pullback right there. It's like, do I want to buy it? I mean, not really. Could it go up? Maybe. All right, so we're gonna do the drawing. I'm literally just doing like this, guys. Camera here, okay. I'm not gonna look in the hat. I'm mixing them all up, and I'm gonna grab one at a time, okay? I have no idea what's what. Let's see, the first one, have it here. Aaron the Commodity. Congratulations, Aaron. You just blew an XFA. Now you get a free one. That's funny. I'm just mixing them up, guys. Okay, next one. JJB. So that's JJB. That was the first one over here. Was Aaron. And now we got the last one. Jeff, congrats, bro. All right, last one. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got two in there. I got to drop. Guys, I got two in my hand. I don't know what's what. I got to drop one and take one. Okay, I'll take one. I'll take that one. Whoever this is. Let's see. It's there. Verve. Sean. So, Aaron, Jeff, and Sean, you guys are the winners. To everybody else who participated, sorry you didn't win, but you know, at least it was fun. We did a good drawing. So just DM me with your email that's connected to your PayPal, and I will send you the $50 for the Top Step 50K giveaway. And give a like out the door, please. So that's good. Now then everybody will be caught up on the giveaways, which is nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, good, Sean. You're here. Cool. Cool that you and Jeff, who won, were here. Aaron, I don't know if you're still. You might have gone to bed, but that's funny. Yeah. So that's it. And guys, I'm gonna call it right now because it's been 2 hours of just confusion. I don't know what this market wants to do today, and I don't want to trade a market when I don't have a read on it. I do have some exciting news for VolPro Edge. I will be releasing it shortly, so stay tuned in the chat for that. And if I do see anything else setting up the rest of the day, I'll let you know. You know, if the market was to start to range in this type of environment, I could be interested in some range bound setups because I just don't know what this daily chart wants to do right now. We've got an outside bar, you know, on the daily. That's, you know, this low is lower than that low. This high is higher than that high. That's the outside bar is hard to read. So yeah, it's just kind of where I'm at. I would have loved to have taken a trade for you, but I just can't get a read today. So I gotta be true to myself and respect that. But I will keep you guys posted, and thanks for being here. I will be in the chat. And guys, be ready for the end of day analysis, please, because that's where you get a lot of really good reads at the end of the day heading into Asia, okay? So that's super important. Sean and Jeff, you guys can DM me with your PayPal email addresses, and I'll send you that money today so you can get your new 50K eval on me. Yeah, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate your support, guys. And yeah, I just, you know, this is a challenging month of April, especially for day trading the Nasdaq, and most markets have been challenging. We're doing well. It is what it is. I can't control what the market does. I can only control how I react to it. And that's just kind of, you know, where we're at, you guys. So yeah. All right. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, JP. Everybody else, appreciate you guys. KLR, if you're here but can't comment, thanks for being here. John G, if you're here and can't comment, thanks for being here. Appreciate all you guys. And yeah, just be careful out there. It's not an easy market to read. I think it's a better market to just be happy learning and not losing money. Cool. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it, bro. Trading chat. KLR, thanks. Thanks, KLR. I got your message. Okay, good that you're there. Thanks for being here. Yeah, and I'll share that info with you guys later, the special announcement, okay? So hang tight for that. I think you're gonna like it. All right, see you guys.